Doing a review of my 2015 Nissan Xterra. The tires are 265/70 R16 BFG Long Trail TA. That's a standard tire. The engine here is a 4.0 liter dual overhead cam 24 valve engine. Makes 261 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque. EPA estimated 16 city and 22 highway miles per gallon. It's rated at 5,000 pounds for towing. It is coupled to a 5-speed automatic transmission. It has a 21-gallon tank, and this is one of the last SUVs that you can buy that is body on frame, meaning that there's an actual frame, or like a ladder frame they call it, underneath this vehicle, and the body is coupled to that. It's really a reliable engine. It's been around for a long time. They use it in their Frontier, which is their pickup. The reason I went with this is because I found that the pickup was going to be too small to have with the kids. So this will do a much better job. It's got a roof rack that's rated at 150 pounds. There's also a wet storage above here that you can open this up here. If you got wet stuff that you want to dry out on the way, you can throw it in here. And then this is also lockable. It has what they call stadium seating, which means the back seats actually sit a little bit higher than the front, coming around to the rear of the vehicle here. And that's where it says Xterra. Here's the hitch. Like I said before, it's rated at 5,000 pounds, 500 on the tongue. Coming around to the side, it does have standard running boards. This model is an X, which is the middle. S would be the base, and then there's a Pro 4X, which is more off-road stuff and more of the buttons and stuff. This is as basic as a vehicle as you're probably going to find. It only has pretty much standard features that you find in the most basic of cars. Nothing too over the top, which I like. That's one of the things I like going for it. There's not a lot of electronics with it. The gauges, it has a voltmeter that's analog, an oil pressure that's analog, and also a temperature, water temp gauge. It also has some quote-unquote idiot lights. It is four-wheel drive. Selector's pretty common. 4 high, you push in. For 4 low, you got to be in neutral, brake depressed. It has traction assist, which you can turn off or on. 2 cup holders. A lot of compartment spaces. On the upper model, this is actually filled in with switches. I like it because it's deep, where you can put a wallet or something in there that you like. Climate control is nice. The next feature up has the dual climate control, which I think is a joke. I thought it was a joke when we had it in our Monte Carlo. I like this. It's real basic. It's easy to use. You could use it with a glove if you had to. The buttons are nice and big. The radio at first I didn't think I was going to like because it looked to me to be too complex, but it's actually pretty basic to use. I like it because I can hook my thumb drive through it and listen to music. Currently we have XM because we have a 3-month subscription with the car. So I listen to that. I don't know if it's really worth it, but I use the media for most, and it's got AM, FM. There's also a storage compartment up here. The dash, unlike most new cars, isn't too deep, which is nice as well. Everything is really hard plastic surfaces. I like that too. It's actually got a dual glove box. The bottom here you can put whatever you want, and then the top here, if you open this up, is where you can keep your manual, so it doesn't take up the space in there. You can keep a flashlight, gloves, whatever you need. It does come with 2 power points in the front here, 12 volt. Total, the car has 4. In the armrest here, if we open this up, that is where we got the thumb drive that I got plugged in here. And then also here, we got another power point. And there's places for change, and it's pretty deep. You can see I got a thing of wet wipes in there. Standard mirror. It's just got a normal pull button. I haven't seen that since like the 70s in my first car. It's got a spot for your sunglasses, you know, normal like light up here, that type of thing. Like I said, it's pretty basic. For those that are looking for something that's not basic, this would definitely probably not be the car. It is based off that body on frame, so it does ride like a truck. You can see what the seats look like here. Pretty basic. Manual seats, I like that, no power. It does have power windows and power locks. It does have keyless entry, which, like I said, that's pretty much standard on most vehicles now. This is called stadium seating. The back here is actually a little bit elevated from the front, so the passenger can see out and across. It does have rear tinted glass. The seats are a 60-40 split. So on this side here, if we pull this tab, we actually pull up the back seat, and that's where I got some flashlight. On the other side I got some other stuff, and then this back part would collapse down if I pull the headrest off, and it's completely flat. Seems like it's built really sturdy. If we go to the back here, the cargo area, again, everything's a hard plastic surface here. There's a small storage area underneath here. It's got jumper cables, stuff like that. You got some cargo nets on the side here. These are what they call, I don't know if it's a static tie down or tie down cleat, but these are adjustable. You loosen them up and then they slide on this rail. You can unthread these and pull these out, but it seems like that'd be a good way to keep stuff. You got tie downs for car seats in the back. There's tie downs from the ceiling here. There's a tie down over here. So there's a lot of spots if you got stuff that you don't want rattling around. And then here again is another power outlet. Man, if I had this thing in high school, I'd have every one of those outlets plugged with something. But yeah, a ton of power outlets, ton of tie downs. It's definitely a sport utility at its best here. Also comes with a first aid kit, which has got just like your normal stuff, band-aids, ace wrap, that type of thing. Door is a little heavy to swing down, but it seems like it slams pretty nice. Overall, it's definitely a solid built vehicle. I don't think the mileage is going to be phenomenal on it. A lot of people say that this is a very dated type vehicle, and I can't disagree, because I saw reviews of 2008, and it, besides the interior being a little different, the outside body looked exactly the same, and I'm completely fine with that. I like this design. It makes sense for me. These cup holders pull out too. If you got bigger cups, you can put a bigger cup in there. But I like it. This is, I think, a great compromise from not getting a truck. A truck just wouldn't have enough interior room with kids in car seats if I need to put them in here. And this will tow just as much as their Nissan Frontier, which is more than what my trailer will ever pull. So overall, I think this is a really solid built vehicle, and I like the fact that it's a body on frame. The engine has been around forever, and it seems to have a ton of power. So there you go.